He showed me a coin that vanished in air, and just like that, I was never the same. Magic wasn't a trick. It was a door. And I knew I'd spend my life trying to walk through it.
He was a carpenter's son. I was a duchess. But when he made that locket float, I didn't see class, I saw wonder. And I knew I'd never forget him, no matter how far they pulled us apart.
They tore us apart, so I left. I chased shadows across continents, learned from thieves and sages. I didn't just study illusions, I became one.
Then 15 years later I returned, not as Edward, but as Eisenheim. The boy who dreamed was gone. In his place stood a man of shadows and wonder. And tonight, the stage would remember my name.
He called for a volunteer. I stepped into the light and into the past. His eyes hadn't changed. Neither had mine. But everything else had.
He made her smile. That was his first mistake. The second, thinking magic could outplay power. I don't lose. Not to peasants, not to ghosts, and certainly not to illusions.
He wasn't just a magician. He was a problem. And problems in Vienna get solved. But something in his eyes made me hesitate. Like he knew more than he showed.
He wanted to witness power, so I gave him something money couldn't touch. I bent reality, blurred truth, and made him doubt his own eyes. That fear, that was real.
He asked me to run. I wanted to say yes. But Leopold would never let me go. Not alive. So I kissed him like it was the last time. Because love like ours doesn't always get a second chance.
She said no. She said Eisenheim. And I saw red. If I couldn't have her, no one would. History will call it an accident. But I know what I did.
They buried her in silence. But I heard her scream in every drop of rain. I couldn't save her, but I could haunt their memory until her name echoed louder than their lives. They came for tricks. I gave them ghosts. I summoned her, not her body, but her truth. And in that truth, I planted fear so deep, even the living began to tremble like the dead. I reached through smoke and silence, and there she was. Not flesh, not shadow, but something in between. I didn't need to touch her to know. Love had crossed the veil to find me again.
He said it was illusion. But I saw her. I heard her. Either he's a genius, or something darker walks with him. And I needed to know which.
She spoke. From the grave. In front of hundreds. I felt her breath. Her accusation. And for the first time, I feared something I couldn't kill.
I told him to stop. He smiled. Said I'd enjoy the next show. I've arrested murderers, liars, thieves, but never a man who made me question reality.
They came to see a man. I gave them a myth. I vanished, not with smoke, but with purpose. Because the truth was never on stage. It was always behind the curtain.
A jewel, a locket, a lie. The pieces clicked too perfectly. And in that moment, I saw it. The illusion wasn't on stage. The real trick was buried in blood and silence.
They came for me, not with applause, but with rifles. I built an empire on fear, silenced truth with gold. But in the end, I couldn't outrun the illusion I forced the world to believe.
He brushed past me, stole the locket, left a notebook, and I laughed. Because I finally saw it. The greatest illusion wasn't on stage. It was the life he stole back.
They believed I died. They believed he vanished. But belief is fragile, easily fooled. What endured wasn't illusion or fear. It was love. And love is the only real magic I've ever known.
Thanks for watching NUNIVERSE. If you had fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and write in comments the movie name.